Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a lesson through the spirit titled, Surely Oppression Maketh the Wise Man Mad, and a gift destroyed the heart. As you know, we are in the land of our captivity that's currently being ruled by the so-called white man, which is the biblical Idumeans. And to say the less or the least, this has been rather a fucking headache, man. All right, because when you just look at the afflictions of our people as a whole, starting really with the men, because we really, focus on the men here, because the women, they receive their consolation, even though Eve is in turmoil as well. But when you have a person that's sick but they don't know they're sick, that's an insane person. And Eve has figured out how to play within the system to come against our men. But when you look at everything that's going on as a collective, and sometimes I just watch like different podcasts with these guys, man. They going into like how it's hard for men to survive, and they getting passports, but they're bound by certain obligor orders from child support or taxes or whatever it may be. It's like a fucking rat race, man. And you can never seem to get ahead. And I've noticed that this man, he preys on the weak, because in order to oppress the weak, that's how you keep yourself in some type of power. Okay, like with this whole DEI shit, everybody is bugging out because these DEI programs with the particular federal government has been cut. Now Jake is complaining and rioting and protesting in all 50 states regarding this dude Trump, but you have to understand that you're dealing with a devil. All right, and this devil don't give a shit about you, me, your kids. Hell, Esau oppresses his own people, man. Okay, when I go into like the child support orders, like I was looking up some shit on Bill Gates and Melinda Gates and how she's gonna take a third of this dude's money, which, hey, good for you. Because one thing about these Edomites, they're beginning to feel the curses as well. Because Jeff Bezos, which is a billionaire, and he's to pay his wife a few billions a fucking month or a year, however it works. That's a beautiful thing, man. Because for the longest, we've been getting the shit end of the stick. But you're constantly under oppression. The minute you wake up, you go on to work, you got to deal with traffic, you got to deal with the elements. You have to deal with the people. Then you have bills. Then, Lord forbid, you get into a relationship with one of these black women or women in America just in general, and then you have a kid by the bitch. And all of a sudden that goes left, and now she goes to the courts and puts you on child support. Now that's a extra burden that seems nearly impossible to get from under, unless you play your cards right and you understand the court systems, navigating these ditches. Because the thing of that, with that particular ordeal, you get so much documentation in the mail, and they know that Jake don't really understand the quote unquote legal jargon of those schematics, because technically it's all illegal anyway. But you get balances, you get this, that, and then the court order comes in and they're tagging the interest rate behind it, but on website it says they don't do. It's just a bunch of bullshit, man. And it really takes a lot from you mentally to sit down and calculate all this shit to get yourself from under the burden of proof, And then all of a sudden you go to the courts and you try to get custody of the kids. And I'm just using this for an example, but you try to get custody of the kids, then that's another $4,000 or $5,000 bill you got to pay, man. And they do it this way. Like, let's just say if they have an order, let's just say if you have to pay $300 a month, which $300 a month to give to any government agency for a child is too much, in my opinion, especially if you're not having a direct contact with the kid. Now, if you are directly involved with the kid and the kid sees you and stays with you and you're actually parenting a kid or fathering a kid, then, that's a different story based on your income, whatever you can do. But to give a government agency that much money a month, it's too much money. And this is how they get you. They'll put an order on paper, but on paper, the order that you'll get does not equate to what you need to owe. So what they would do is tax a hidden tax on it, which basically keeps you in a resolving system of paying the interest, man. It's a fucked up system. And this is why this devil is going to really pay. Okay, because that system has single-handedly destroyed the lives of Jake, which was actually set up to destroy Jake. You know how they say when you go into the 14th Amendment, 13th Amendment, which outlaws basically involuntary servitude, and then the 14th Amendment pretty much reinstates you to become a contractual slave, and even, you know, serving a debt in prison. It's all tied into the same bullshit ass system. So this is why we pray like hell that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua really comes and destroy this place, man, because this place is really bitter, and it makes you cry out to the Lord, man. All right, so this is the book of Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyed the heart. Okay, now, of course, we understand what oppression means. When you oppress somebody, that means to stand on somebody, right? Which the word oppress goes into the Hebrew word, what is it? Quashak, okay? Which means expression, extortion, gain by extortion. And the tax system, child support systems, the billing cycles every month, paying bills, is all extortion. Okay, and Esau, he's extorting the children of Israel, and he's been doing so since his inception of the land. Like I was listening to what is it called, the Food Community, when this guy Al-Azhar was talking to he was on a podcast, and he was just going into the history of the inception of this society, and he basically made a point which I actually agree with. He said, how the hell can you steal a land by rape, rob, and murder, and then set up legal jargon to enslave and to oppress the very people you didn't kill and murder the land from? And he said that in a roundabout way, and I can't disagree with that. Like, how the hell do you steal a land, you know what I'm saying, through rape, rob, and murder, and then you set up a legal system to oppress people? And this is why when we get you devils, man, it's gonna be a fucking hard pill to swallow. And it is like, when it's like, how long, you know? Like, this man's been getting away with this shit forever, you know. And just to think about him being in power another 100 years or 1,000 years, as Al-Azhar made a claim that it's possible, which anything is possible with the Most High, but it's highly unlikely. But just to say that, like just saying what we gonna do to this devil, and we don't have the opportunity to do it as of yet, that seems like a far time off, man. But let's say we have to go another year here, which a year is down the street, it's really around the corner. But just the audacity to have to deal with this fucking devil every single day into his demise, that just makes it's very discouraging, you know. But it's very encouraging to continue to push forth and to want to get this man. But it seems like the kingdom is in arm's reach, but it's still so far off. Because today is another day that this motherfucker is still in power. Another day that he can still oppress you. Another day that basically they can give immunity to the cops to blow you Jakes away, which a lot of cases you Jakes need to be blown away because you wicked as all hell. All right. But it says extortion, right? And you go into the word extortion. Demanding money with menaces. The practice of obtaining something, especially money, through force or threats. And in this system, they force you with jail time or to add interest or taxes on you and to take away your livelihood, to the point they take away your ability to live. You know, like you got some Jakes that's paying $1,000 a month in child support. Like, ain't no way in fucking hell a bitch needs $1,000 a month to take care of a fucking 8-month-old kid. Like, that's, you barely need $200 a month. You know what I'm saying? What you need, some diapers, you got breast milk, you know, food, whatever, clothes, you know, make sure the baby is up to date, you know, on his health, and some quality time, and that's it. All right, you don't need $1,000 a month for no bullshit like that. And this is what I'm saying. But eventually, those teats are gonna fail, and these systems are gonna crash. These bureaucracies will fail, and then that's when the fun is gonna begin. Because a lot of dudes are in hell, in limbo, because of the wickedness of this system. And Jake is just waiting to get that pound of flesh off you people. All right. So I typed in oppress the poor, and a couple of precepts came up. But when you go to Job 20:19, it says, because he have oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he's have violently taken away a house which he built not. And when I read this scripture, it puts me in the mindset of how this land was stolen from Gad, man. Okay, which you got the Louisiana Purchase, and you got the Southwest, you got Texas, which was part of Mexico at a point in time, and yet you divide and conquered, and you set up judicial systems on this land, man. You know? But it says, because, that says, verse 18, it says, that which ye labor for shall he restore. And you're going to restore that through your blood, sweat, and tears, because we literally going to beat the shit out you every single day in the kingdom outside of the Sabbath. But a lot of you got it coming on this side too. And it says, and shall not swallow it down, but according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he should not rejoice therein. You goddamn right you ain't going to rejoice, because all the gold and shit that you've menaced from us, you're going to have to pay for that, man. Okay, you're going to have to pay for it with interest. And it says, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away a house which he builded not. Surely he should not feel quietness in his belly, because he should not save that which he desired, because your New World Order is going to fail. And right now, we're seeing the implementation of the New World Order at a highly accelerated rate. So eventually, these systems are going to go offline, and they're going to opt everybody into a digital system. But before they go digital, they got to have the micro C-HIP already in play, meaning that the technology and everything is up and running. Then they can go ahead and switch, because you ain't going to be able to operate in the digital system without the chip. Okay, so they're waiting on a perfect crisis, which me personally, I believe they already got everything set up. Okay, it's just a matter of rolling out certain attacks and certain things that's going to catch people off guard. But I believe they have the information already set up. Like when Esau say he's going to do something, he's probably already having it in play. Like the whole 500 billion and what do you call, what is it called? Not Skynet, I'm thinking of Terminator, but it's something called Stargate. When you think of Stargate, you're thinking of shit from outer space and portals to different galaxies and dimensions. But think of Stargate, basically it's mass surveillance. Okay, because the scriptures say in Psalms 18th chapter, he have his eyes bowing down from the heavens, roughly paraphrasing it. So he's able to watch and dictate everything from his satellites and from his technology. And that's basically what this new system is going to be. So in order for everything to switch over, everything has to be up and running, meaning that they got the chip, which me personally, I believe they already put the money into this old Stargate shit. It's just a matter of rolling things out, you see. But it says here, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away a house which he built not. It says, surely he should not feel quietness in his belly, and he should not save that which he desired. But it says, there should none of his meat be left, therefore should no man look for his goods. And in the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits, which is straits of difficulties, man. Okay, and right now, he's in paths of difficulties, because literally the New World Order is sloppy as all hell. I mean, they getting caught, they've been exposed. They're talking about gelling Biden and Kamala and Fauci, which, I doubt if they ever go to prison for what they've done. But regardless of it, these men are getting caught out there red-handed. Everybody is coming out and know that the 2020 ordeal was nothing but a mere hoax, and to push people into these lockdowns that was not even necessary. I mean, he's in straits. Okay, fucking CEOs are getting popped. States attorneys are getting fucking threatened emails, but they continue to go forth in their wickedness because of the pride, man. All right. Let's type this in again. Press the poor. Psalms 12:5, it says, for the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now would I arise, says the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. All right. And that's going to be upon the Lord destroying his kingdom, because in this society, we just not going to win. Okay. I mean, you got some jakes that managed to get the burden off their back, but it's such a hassle. Okay. Now it's possible to get yourself from under these things, but overall, man, it's just a big hassle, because it takes time, it takes effort, it takes money. And money and time is something that Jake don't really have to fight this system, because they can drag shit on down the line. And y'all has to be $100,000 trying to fight it, trying to get a $1,000 debt dismissed. You didn't pay them $100,000, and they're like, okay, thank you, nigga. So it's all a goddamn trap, and this is why the scriptures refer to this place as a pit, But anyway, Proverbs 14. Matter of fact, Proverbs 22:16. It says, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, it says, and he that give to the rich shall surely come to want. Yeah, that's us. Okay, we oppress to increase his riches, and we give it to the rich. Okay, through taxes. Like right now, I'm still waiting on a fucking tax return from a year ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where the shit? Well, I'm like, where's the tax return? I had to go down there and verify it. Allegedly, it was verified. Now all of a sudden, they said 9 weeks. It's been 9 weeks, 10 weeks, actually 10 and a half weeks, and I still ain't got it. So I called a few agencies, which is a hassle to get through, especially to the IRS at this time. And I called, and I'm like, did y'all receive the money? And, they like, well, no, we didn't get it. The IRS will usually notify you. But see, there's some bullshit going on here, man. Especially with all this Doge shit that they're doing. They're allegedly investigating and all the taxpayers' money. Look, it's going to come a time that all this shit just going to fall, all right? Because I ain't no way in hell I should still be waiting on that money if the agency that I allegedly owe doesn't have it. So somebody's lying, and it ain't me. But this is the epitome of this wicked system. But it says here, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. All right, Proverbs 22:22. Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. Okay, and that's what Esau was doing. He's oppressing us, man. All right, it says, a poor man that oppresseth the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaveth no food. And in the spirit, Esau is very poor, okay? He's a base man. And that's why his society is falling like shit. Society is boring, man. Like, if it wasn't for Jake keeping this thing up and running and making it mean something, this place would have been crumbled a long time ago, bro. Okay, but this man doesn't know how to govern a kingdom. And he wants to set up AI now to do his bidding. Imagine a freaking nightmare that's gonna be. Anyway, let's do this. One more precept here, man. Let's do this. Proverbs 28 and 8. And it reads, it says, he that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he should gather for him that will pity the poor. All right. But usury is interest, taxes, man. So there have to be a remedy for this shit. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a remedy for it because, you got brothers here that's going through a lot of shit, man, with their health, their finances, with their families. You got some brothers that's buried in the child support system, man. And then those of you brothers that don't have that problem, hey, look, more power to you. But, brothers suffer in other areas. But those of you that don't have children on this side, man, hey, it would be my advice to tell you don't have kids in this kingdom, especially with the woman that ain't right. A lot of Jakes, I would say made the mistake of having children probably before they came into the truth or in the truth, man. But, that's not a wise thing, especially if you ain't got a chick that you certain about. Now, if you got a woman that's doing right by you and you could trust her and you got a mind, and if you have some kids, what it is. But just the curriculums that's being pushed in the kingdom like this, it wouldn't be very wise to have children, man. All right, even though everything is through the spirit. All right, but this is the book of Isaiah 14, and I'm gonna start at verses 3, and it says, and it should come to pass in that day that the Lord should give thee rest from thy sorrows and from thy fear and from the hard bondage when thou wast made to serve. Yeah, this is a hard fucking bondage, because they're literally stealing from us to the point they're depriving you of your life to live. And then they want to act like that they're doing you a favor, when they're getting rich. But yet none of these cocksuckers are obligated to the type of fines that we are. Even with taxes, the rich don't pay this much in taxes as we do, man. And it says here, thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city cease. And the oppressor is talking about this devil. And it says that the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. And he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. And he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth, man. So it's just a matter of time for the Lord really moves on this place. But I'm, just like brothers, man, I'm ready for the collapse. I'm ready to see this place fall, man. I'm ready to see you Edomites get your just due. All right? Enough is enough. You've been pillaging and destroying and afflicting the earth for the last 600 plus fucking years. It's about time for you to get put in your place, man. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you are edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.